Hey everybody, it's Wendy here. And it's a little bright right there. Baby Grace coming at you for this Tuesday morning, the 28th of September. My goodness, we are just in the middle of it all. I actually have a sunny day today. It's been super overcast and actually kind of cold. We had a fire the other night. Crazy. Yeah, so we're just hanging out. I got like a kind of chill hangout day at home. I do have a dentist appointment today and I don't know what else. Oh, a volleyball game. Get to go watch my daughter play volleyball. So that's super fun. But I wonder how you're doing. I had a super fun weekend. Well, I got to watch my daughter play 2 soccer games, and then I went to a wedding. My cousin got married, and it was super fun. The only bummer was that I went solo, and it's never fun to go solo to a wedding. Yeah, but I can't remember the last time I got like dressed up, like really dressed up, and it was so fun. And I got to wear this dress that my mother-in-law gave me. I think it was Christmas of 2019. Is that right? I think so. And I was so excited because I've been waiting to wear this dress for so long. So I got to get all dressed up and go to my cousin's wedding and see all my cousins. I have like 15 first cousins or something on that side of the family. It's my stepdad's side of the family. So I was the only one representing my family, like me and my sisters. And so everybody else wasn't there. So just me, but super, super fun. Yes, I love going to weddings. It's like, honestly, one of my favorite things. Like, I love weddings. At one point, I wanted to be a wedding planner because I just wanted to go to weddings, like every weekend, just go to a wedding, you know? But yeah, so that was super fun. And what else is happening? Let's see. Yeah, I don't have much to report. My son's birthday is on Saturday, so I'm kind of figuring out the birthday stuff, although he's pretty chill. He doesn't really want to do much, and he wants tacos for dinner, so. Yeah, let's see what else. Oh, I know, when was that? Last week? I think we were talking about bread last week, and I was like trying to get my sourdough starter to come back because I was having so many problems. And I have been nursing it back, and I cannot believe it, but I am making bread. It's rising right now on the counter, and I'll probably put it in the oven in, I don't know, like an hour or something like that. So I'm really excited to see if I'm back in business with my sourdough bread. So yeah, so that's pretty much me. I don't know if, who just asked? Stacy. Stacy just asked if I watched The Little House versus the Waltons, and I didn't get to. Between picking up my daughter from practice and getting dinner going, I couldn't get on there. So, but tell me, how was it? Was it so fun? And what happened? I think some of the Little House people were kind of like, oh, they got the beat down, or I don't know, something like that. But yeah, anyway, wonder how it went. I'm sure it was super fun because, of course, it'd be fun. Yeah. So I do have a chapter for you. And it's interesting because the chapter is about something that is kind of always going on, even though some of us, it may not be going on for us, but it's kind of always going on for someone around you because there's always someone who's either sick or recovering from some kind of surgery, going through cancer treatments, or having a crazy emergency with their health. And so this is good for all of us to think about. And it's not something that we always think about. Like when someone's sick or someone's going through cancer or somebody's going through whatever, just having a baby or whatever, we tend to really think about the patient. We do. And we should. But this chapter is about thinking and praying for the caretaker of the patient. And this would probably also include any kind of nurses or caregivers, or like they're doing that all the time. And it's a hard job. So that's what this chapter is about. And I'm going to read it. We're chapter 50. My goodness, we're like more than halfway through the book. There's only 91. There's only 91 devotions. Kind of strange. Does anybody know why there's only 91 devotions in my book? Have I told this story before? I'll tell you the story. So when I was writing my book, there was going to be 100. And they told me, this many need to be this long and this many need to be this long. We want to, have these beautiful little sketches in here from Steve Noble. And so it was all about how to fit it all in, right? So they got to where they were typesetting it and putting it together, and they were like, we don't have enough space, because they'd already bought the paper or something, and they're like, wasn't enough pages, or I don't know, whatever. So they gave me two options. They either said that they would have to take out every single verse on every single chapter and just have the reference, and really cut them down even more, or cut out 9 chapters. So I thought about it and I decided to cut out 9 chapters. Why 9 and not 10? I don't know. It's a little strange to have a 91-day devotional, but that's what it is. Next time, maybe there should be some extra paper. I don't know. So there's a story. It's not a great story. It's just a story. Let's see. Okay, chapter 50. It's called Caregivers Need Prayer. We're on page 99. So, season 3, episode 13, quarantine. Oh man, quarantine. This one's crazy. This one was it's maybe still relevant, but not as relevant as it was when COVID broke out, like a year and a half ago or whatever. I just remember writing a devotion about this episode with a different quote. And it was like watching that episode was like, oh my gosh, this is totally what we're living through right now. It was crazy. Anyway, I'm not talking about that right now. Okay. The quote is from Laura Ingalls, and she says, the worst part about being sick, I think, is how sad it makes other people. That's an interesting perspective from someone who's sick, is seeing the people around them who are affected. You know what I mean? Like, it's hard to be sick, but sometimes when you're really sick and they're really worried about you, seeing that other people worry and they're just so sad, So, and I'm sure some of you can relate to this in this last couple of years of family members, losing family members, family members being sick, yourself being sick. Yeah. So, okay, here we go. Let me have one more drink. Sickness is difficult, not only for the person with the ailment, but also for the caregivers who are filled with worry. When Laura is suspected of having mountain fever, her parents are beside themselves. Seeing their daughter suffer from her sickness causes them tremendous heartache, and Laura feels bad for her parents. What can we do for the people who lovingly care for us yet are filled with distress? After brain surgery, I had 8 weeks of recovery. Some days I made huge strides forward. I'd walk to the mailbox without getting dizzy or find I was able to stand in the shower all by myself. But other days I stayed in bed, my head throbbing. I never knew what to expect. My husband endured the most. The uncertainty of my health drained him, but far worse were my fickle emotions. A coin flip could have decided if I greeted him at the door with a kiss or ignored him completely. Isn't that crazy? It was so like that. The toll my sickness or my illness took showed on his face, revealing his concern that I might never return to being a healthy and happy person again. His pain tore me apart. I accepted my own temporary misery and confusion, but would have done anything to cheer him up. In the beginning, I attempted to fix the problem on my own. I'd forced myself to smile, pretending my head didn't hurt, but I couldn't fake it. He saw right through my attempts to mask the pain. The only thing I could do happened to be the best possible option: pray. I prayed for my husband's crushed spirit, for God to be near him in his brokenness. I prayed for Josh to loosen his grip and trust God to take care of me. And I prayed that as God healed my brain, he would heal my husband's heart. When we are sick, we welcome every prayer for healing and a quick recovery. But our caregivers are hurting too. Charles and Carolyn's sadness made Laura's heart ache. Behind every sick patient is a caregiver who also needs our prayers for energy and courage and hope. And the verse is from Psalms 34:17 and 18. The righteous cry out, and the Lord hears them. He delivers them from all their troubles. The Lord is close to the brokenhearted and saves those who are crushed in spirit. And that's chapter 50, Caregivers New Prayer. And it's interesting because I have a couple people in my life right now that I am praying for the caregivers. And I'd love to share that with you. And if you so are inclined to lift them up in prayer, even if it's just this second when I tell you their names and you never remember it again, I would still love those prayers. My mother-in-law is up north this week taking care of her cousin. Her cousin's name is Fran. Well, Frances Marie, but she calls her Fran. Isn't that cute? Yes, so she had surgery and needed someone to bring her home and take care of her at home for a few days and make sure that she's okay at home. So, praying for Joette this week just to give her energy and courage and hope, because it's hard to take care of someone else. I'm also praying for Fran, but I'm praying for Joette also. And then my mom has a dear childhood friend, and her husband is in ICU in a kind of halfway coma, waking up kind of from a coma. He had a brain hemorrhage, I believe. His name is Joe, and I've known them since I was born. And his wife's name is Colleen, and she is, I'm sure, just really worried. He has squeezed some hands. He can nod his head yes and no, and he can wiggle his toes, and that's about it so far. But honestly, we are believing and praying for him to get better. He's making some really good progress every day. So we're just praying that every day he gets better and better and better. So anyway, if you wouldn't mind lifting up Joe and Fran, and also Joette and Colleen, the caregivers. And Colleen, I mean, she's not really the caregiver at this point because she's like, Joe is still in ICU, but she's the one who's worrying about her husband and Colleen's daughter and the rest of the family. So, yeah, anyway, so that's that. Caregivers need prayer. They do. They need prayer so bad because it's so hard to take care of somebody. Seriously, Josh, after my surgery, I was like all happy, smiling. Well, sometimes. And he was just so stressed out. He was so worried. He was so like tired. And it got to a point where people would be like, oh, I'm praying for you. I'd be like, stop praying for me. Pray for Josh. Because I'm just hanging out and healing, and he has to worry about everything. Not just worry about me, but then have to worry about the whole house, keeping everyone fed, taking everywhere they need to go, working. Like, there was just so much for him to do and think about and worry about. So caregivers really do need our prayers. So not easy. And right now, there are probably so many caregivers right now. And I just think of the caregivers that are like, that's their job, the nurses, the, in-home caregivers, these people that's what they do all day long, is just care for people. So anyway, the last thing I will say is, for any of you who, I'm feeling like you guys have all entered for the giveaway, but if you haven't, there's only 2 days? Is it the 28th? What's today? Yeah, 28th. So 2 days left to enter. So if you want to enter, go and enter wendylulee.com/September giveaway. I've got 2 days left. The last time I checked, there was 400 entries. So, yeah, go and sign up. Oh, did I even bring my little? Let's go over to my fridge. You can see the little magnet. There's a little magnet right there. There's a little magnet. So 2 of those. I'll throw in 2 pictures also, signed to you, whoever you and your friend are, and then 2 of the little wagon bracelets. So yes, do I always have a picture of me with a wagon on my fridge? I do. Isn't that fun? I'm even a fan. No, it's so silly. Anyway, if you'd like to enter to win one of those, that'd be great. And I'm working on my next giveaway. Looks like it's going to be a couple of books. Yeah, I'm excited. Actually, a couple of books from some authors. So yeah, it's going to be totally different. It's not going to be anything from my Etsy store unless I throw something in. I'm not sure if I will or not. Yeah, so give you guys a little different thing. So, and then for sure, November we'll do something Christmassy, because I'm thinking my December one can't really be something Christmassy because Christmas will be over. I'm trying to think. So maybe November will be the Christmas ornament stuff. Maybe some prairie dolls or something. So anyway, and speaking of that, I just packed up an order today for 7 wagon ornaments, and my mom is in process. Well, actually, she just went on a trip, so she's going to be gone for a week. But when she gets back, she's going to be making me more wagons because she is my factory. Do you know that? Did you know that my mom is the factory for the wagons? I don't have the tools to make them. So she actually makes them in Texas, and then she mails them over to me. And then sometimes I tie the little strings, or I screw on the little eye bolt things and glue the little magnets on or something. But she does the hard work of the cutting the little angle for the wagon covers. So, but yeah, I'm like, gonna be in production mode here pretty soon because I'm already thinking about Christmas. And I think I need to make some prairie dolls because I've got like 4 sets left. So yeah, that's gonna keep me busy. But if you'd like to enter, go do it today or tomorrow or the next day. And maybe you win. Okay. I hope you guys are doing good. I feel like I've just been rambling today. Sometimes there's those kind of days, I guess, huh? But, alrighty. Take care. Have a great day. And I'll let you know how my bread turns out. Maybe I'll even post a picture of it because it's been a while. Okay.